Guys, I really like this style. Leave in the comment section if you think I should do a style like this, like on a regular. I think it's kind of cute. What up, hunty? Welcome back to Way of Yao. If you are already a part of the family, you would probably have noticed that my hair is a little bit different. Now I just have my hair tied up because I am in the process of creating my Bantu knots. And as a lot of people have asked me, you know, what is that style? What's it called? How do you do it? I thought, why not record it and show you guys how I achieve my Bantu knots. So my hair has currently just been washed and conditioned, and I also put a little bit of castor oil in it just to keep it moisturized. So there are two separate methods that I like to use when doing Bantu knots. So I'm going to do one method here and one method here just so you guys can see the difference. Either way, there are a few items that you will be needing. The first thing that you're going to need is a rat tail comb. This one is actually what people would use to dye their hair with, but all you really need is this long bit here. This is going to help to create those nice sharp partings in your hair. Next, you're going to need a very thin oil just to put into your scalp to keep it moisturized. This is my jojoba oil that I like to use. And this is my Eco Styling Gel. This is actually optional. You don't need to use a gel if you don't want to. Sometimes I just like to use this just around the hairline area just to make it a little bit more slick, especially if I'm going to record a YouTube video. And you're going to need some hair bands or hair ties, as some people like to call it. So as you can see, I've just taken this section of hair. However, it's not very clean at the base, so we're going to create a nice sharp line. So I'm just going to take my rat tail comb and literally pass it through and then lifting that up. Okay, so now that we've got this separate section on its own, I'm going to take a little bit of my jojoba oil and I'm just going to pass it through my scalp just to keep it moisturized. I'm going to pass it through the partings throughout my scalp. Now I'm going to take some of my Eco Styling Gel. So I'm just going to place a tiny bit and split that in half. Now I think this side is a little bit smaller than the other, so I'm going to take some more hair from the other side and bring it into this section. Now that I think they're about the same size, I'm going to begin twisting. One hand will hold the base of one side and then the other hand will hold this base, and then I'm going to start intertwining them and twisting them around each other. If you're twisting and your fingers are here, then it's going to be a very loose one. But if your fingers are here and as you're twisting, you're making sure all of those loose hairs are tucked inside of the twist and it will be as neat as possible. So I'm going to twist it like this all the way till I reach the end. So that is the twist now. I start to tighten it at the base. So here is going to be really tight. If we go in the other direction, we're loosening it, but instead I'm going to go in the direction I twisted in to tighten it. And start to go round that base. I'm twisting it, and then going round, and then twisting it, so that when I reach the end, I'm left with a very nice, tight Bantu knot. And the end, I just tucked it through here. So that's tight and secured now. Now to make sure that this Bantu knot stays tight, I'm going to take my hairband or hair tie, as some people like to call it, and I'm just going to go right at the base of it and start to wrap it round. And that is my Bantu knot secured. So once again, I'm going to take some more of my jojoba oil and just pass it through my scalp. And taking a little bit of my Eco Styling Gel, I'm just going to pass it through the edges. I'm going to get it and split it right down the middle. I'm going to take this hand and hold it at the base, and this hand is going to hold this one at the base. Once again, we're going to begin to twist it in the direction we twisted until we go all the way down to the base. And here is going to be extremely tight because we've just been twisting it in that direction. I'm going to twist that in on itself. And it just becomes a little mini Bantu knot. And then go around and then tighten it some more, then go around, tighten it some more. Now once again, I'm going to take another hairband and I'm going to go right around the base. Now that we have completed these 2 Bantu knots, I can go onto the other side of my head just to show you guys the other method that I like to use for Bantu knots. And I'm just going to pass that through the base just to create a nice sharp line. And once again, taking some more of that jojoba oil, I'm just going to pass it through, you know, the partings. And now taking some more of that Eco Styling gel, I'm passing that through. One hand will hold that at the base, the other hand's going to hold the other section at the base. And then I'm going to start twisting, but this is where it changes. I twist it until I've got enough hair, enough of a twist to wrap around itself. So I literally do that twisting motion and we're creating a mini Bantu knot already. And I hold that there while I carry on twisting. Twisting, 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 twisting. I've got some more twist, wrap that round it, and then when I reach the end, I make one final twist around and tuck that into the base. I'm going to take a hairband again. Now that you've probably got the front section done, you're probably thinking, how on God's earth are you going to do the back of the hair? And you know what, guys? I'm actually going to turn around and I take the comb from one side of my head right through to the other. I really hope the parting is straight, but if it's not, what can you do? So then I split that in half, and then I take my rat tail comb just to make sure that line is nice and harsh. Hairband just to section off this piece of hair. And then the other side I'm just going to twist as I've done with the rest of my hair. So now that my Bantu knots are complete, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. So don't forget to like and subscribe, but never ever ever forget, stay fresh, stay mean, stay slaying the scene, hunty. Bye guys.